Welcome back to Black Renaissance. African literature is going through a renaissance of sorts, with the emergence of so many new writers. The prestigious Etisalat Literary Prize just announced the finalists for 2016. Here to tell us more about it is one of the prize's patrons, Nigerian author Sarah Ladipo Manyika. Welcome to Black Renaissance.
Thank you so much.
Tell us, what is this prize all about?
So this is the first Pan-African prize for debut fiction writers of African citizenship, and it's in its 4th year, and it's very exciting, yeah.
There's so many writers. Well, you had Senghor, you had the classics. This is a new crop of young writers, right?
Absolutely. It's young writers, and it's writers who are based all over the world, but who come from different parts of the continent. And, you know, they're writing about different topics. They're writing everything from stories about family, to love stories, to stories about race, stories about poverty. So great diversity in terms of where authors come from and what they're writing about and their literary styles.
How do they reconcile all the languages in Africa? It's not a monolith.
That's a very good question, actually, and I should say that this is a prize for writing that is in English, so that's already restrictive in itself, but it's still, you know, a good thing.
Yeah, I can imagine. Now, if you win, what do you get?
Well, the overall prize winner gets £15,000, which is a huge amount for any prize in the world at the moment.
Yes.
They also get a several-month fellowship at the University of East Anglia. And there are also prizes for those who are shortlisted, and the prizes for the shortlisted writers include a multi-city tour of the continent. Etisalat buys 1,000 copies each of each book that's shortlisted. So it's just a fantastic prize, not only for the winner, but for those who are shortlisted, and the publicity, of course, for the long-listed writers as well.
Now, you're a writer.
Yes.
And you're a patron. How do you judge the work by someone else? It must be a little difficult.
It is challenging. I started with this prize actually as a juror. So I was a judge in the first year of the prize, and then I chaired the judges in the 2nd year. And luckily I was not the only person, so it's always good to have a panel of judges because there's a fair amount of subjectivity that comes into this. But that also was just a fantastic experience to work with other writers as a judge, and now it's a great honor for me to be a patron with some great stars in the African literary scene.
There are 3 books, 3 finalists.
Yes.
Can you tell me quickly who they are?
So now I'm going to blank out on the authors' names,
That's okay.
but I can give you the titles. So one title is Mr. and Mrs. Doctor. And it's a story of a Nigerian immigrant who comes to America. So it's a story of sort of migration.
And the 2 others?
And the 2 others are, well, I have a cheat sheet here. So The Seed Thief, which is a love story at heart, and After Many Days, which is a everyday story of a family that's disrupted by the child who goes missing.
Those are great stories. They sound. Can we read these books? Are they available in the U.S.?
I believe 1 or 2 are available in the US, and with the publicity of this prize, I'm sure the other one will be available as well.
It culminates in a great award ceremony, right?
Oh, it does. It's, you know, the first time I went to the award ceremony, I thought, this puts the Oscars and any big ceremony in the shade, because it's, you know, if you want to dress up and have a party, I think the best place to go is to Lagos. So if anyone wants to come to this amazing party at the end of March, it's great.
We're there. We're there. Maybe we can send Black Renaissance with a camera.
Absolutely. That would be fantastic.
Nice?
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. I know that Sarah will be reading from her own work at the San Francisco Library next week. And you can check out our website, sarahladipomanyika.com.